Welcome back to Cabin View Ventures. So today I want to get the dump trailer set up for hauling equipment. A couple weeks ago I bought that Iron Bull 7x14 14K dump trailer. It's a nice heavy duty dump trailer, has a 7-gauge floor in it, has some really nice floor supports, because besides just hauling firewood around, I also bought that to haul my Kubota tractor, my L4060. It's a pretty big compact tractor, you know, right on the border of getting into their utility size tractors. So that tractor with a front and rear attachment on it, the loaded rear tires, weighs right around 7,000 pounds. So what I want to focus on today is getting all my chains and binders, any of the tie downs I want to have in the toolbox of the trailer, get them in there so they're ready to go, and test fit putting the tractor in. Because what I don't want to do is take on a job for the first time and then try to figure out how to load that tractor up, where I need it parked so I have the right tongue weight, what attachments I can take with me so everything fits properly. So let's figure that out today before we take on any work. So I'm down here by the shed. I'm gonna get some binders and chains loaded up in the side-by-side, and we're gonna head up to the trailer. I have not used these things in a couple of years. Actually, since I had my John Deere, I had a John Deere 2038R right before, that was the tractor before I had my L3901. So that was 3-4 years ago when I got rid of that tractor. And that was the last time I hauled a tractor anywhere. I had a 16-foot car trailer, and the John Deere fit pretty good on that, but the Kubota was a little bit longer, a little bit heavier, so kind of maxed out what I could do with that trailer. So I just sold that trailer, and I didn't really need to haul that Kubota anywhere anyway. But now I'm back into at least wanting to haul my current tractor around, so I can go take on some work and hopefully make some money with it. So this thing has a nice big toolbox on it, so hopefully we have enough room for everything we want to put in there. Let's throw a couple binders in. All right, so here I've got 2 binders on top of each other. I got 2 more binders over here. My 3 chains, 2 here, 1 here. Keep these together. Right, we've got plenty of room. So I've got 4 ratchet straps. I've got 4 chain binders, 3 grade 70 chains, and I still have plenty of room. I've actually got my chains for the spreader gate. I'll throw them back in here. And then in this box back here, I've got my solar charger, and I've got my my switch to raise and lower the dump bed. So we've got everything we could possibly need inside this toolbox here. Pretty good. All right. All right, guys, we've got some rain moving in, so I'm gonna have to put this off until tomorrow. But right now we've got every chain and binder and ratchet strap we could possibly need to haul equipment or tie anything down in this trailer. So, and we've got room to spare. So having that big toolbox is a big plus on these dump trailers if you're hauling equipment. All right, I will check in tomorrow. We will get this thing hooked up to the truck, get it on level ground, and get the Kubota inside and see how we can get this thing to fit exactly what equipment or attachments we can take with us and how much tongue weight we're gonna have on the truck. So I will see you guys tomorrow. All right, guys, here's the setup we're gonna try first. Just the tractor with the grapple on it. This will be pretty ideal for most of the jobs I wanna go do with this. Just picking up logs or moving some brush. Hoping I don't have to unhook the grapple just because of the hydraulic hoses. It'll make it a little more of a pain as I'm, you know, on the move with this thing. But if we can get it to fit just like this, I'll be pretty happy. These rear tires are loaded, so we have a good amount of weight in the back of this without having a rear implement on it. And then just to go over the trailer one more time, we've got the Iron Bull 7x14 14K. This is the DTB model. Very heavy duty trailer. One of the main reasons I bought this trailer was for how heavy duty it is to haul equipment. This has a 7-gauge floor, and it's got some really good floor supports on it, which I'll show you in a little bit here. So let's load it up and try it out. Now we're gonna put this in the low range. Four-wheel drive is on. There we go. I'm gonna pull this as far forward as I can. I'm gonna need it for the tongue weight. This is probably not the ideal location for loading, but I got just enough room here. Move those ramps in just a little bit. That ought to do it. All right, up we go. This trailer is pretty high off the ground. It's definitely over 30 inches. I don't have an exact measurement. So if you don't like loading onto high trailers, you're not gonna like this. I think that's it right there. Whew, it's gonna be close. Let me I think we're gonna be just a hair too long. Yeah, we might be all right actually. Let's make sure we got enough tongue weight. I mean, this is like bare minimum of what you want. Let me give you guys a closer look here. So we're just barely inside. I will be able to get those doors shut, but look where we are. The rear axle on the trailer is, or in the tractor, is just behind the rear axle on the trailer. So I really would like to be able to move this up just a hair more. My tongue weight, these Way-Safe hitches are so nice. I mean, right there you can see I'm just at 1,200 pounds of tongue weight, which the trailer weighs 5,000 pounds. This tractor with just a grapple on it, I'm probably right around 64, maybe 6,500 pounds. So, you know, we're just over 11,000 pounds. So we're actually fine tongue weight. We're kind of right at that minimum 10% that we want. So this would actually work. This would actually work just fine. You can see we got enough squat on the back end of the truck. I'm not perfectly level here, but it's not too bad. So I'm okay with the tongue weight. Let me just shut these doors and just make sure we can latch them okay. We'll just do this one here. We actually can't. The door sits on top of this lip here. Okay, so we got to be able to pull forward a little bit more, which I want anyway for tongue weight. All right, sometimes you just overthink something. If I don't have a rear implement, I obviously do not need my quick hitch. So these are easy enough to take off. Right, they're not that heavy. Throw the pins. Actually, I'll throw the pins back in here. Don't leave your pins in the tractor because you could get snagged and lose them if you're out doing like a brush cleanup job. So just keep them with your implement. Right. I know it's going to work, but let me just show you. Again, this is a Kubota L4060 in a 14-foot dump trailer. We got the grapple fully hooked up. Pulled up just till I made contact. And there we go. We are fully I can latch that door. I'll show you, we've got a good probably 3-4 inches of clearance. We still got plenty of room to get to our tie downs. All right, we've had the tractor in and out of this dump trailer several times now, and one of the main reasons I wanted a 7-gauge floor is because I didn't want to do any damage to the floor loading and unloading my tractor. Now that's a Kubota L4060. That tractor with the loaded rear tires, all the fluids in it, front implement, we are just over 6,000 pounds. So it's a pretty heavy piece of wheeled equipment to go in and out of a dump trailer. And then along with that 7-gauge floor, let's put the trailer up. This trailer has some really nice floor support in it. Scissor lift. I did a full walk around this trailer a couple weeks ago, so go check that out if you haven't seen it. I won't put this up all the way, but you have these full-length floor runners that give you the support right where you need it when you're loading equipment. So really nice, robust setup for that. So the only downside that I can see is really the height of this trailer. Let me grab my tape measure. This isn't going to be exact because I'm not on level ground. I'm on a stone driveway. I'll just measure it down to the stone here and just give you guys a rough estimate. So right there to the stone, I know my tape is in pretty bad shape. We are right at 30 inches. So a little bit higher than what you're gonna find with some other dump trailers out there. So if you are primarily using your dump trailer to haul equipment, especially on a daily basis, or even weekly really, you know, you probably wanna go with something that sits a little bit lower to the ground. Just a little more comfortable when you're loading and unloading. I did try to back this in, and when I got to this pivot point right here, I started to lose traction on the rear tires. And what I didn't want to do is start to slide off to the side. Now I'm not lined up with my ramps anymore, and you can get yourself into a pretty dangerous situation really quick. So you definitely need to be a little cautious with that, but I'm sure there's a way you could do it. I just wasn't comfortable with at least how I'm parked and where I am to back this tractor in. I did have just enough tongue weight. You know, like I said, that tractor with the grapple on it is gonna weigh in at just over 6,000 pounds. The trailer itself is 5,000 pounds, so I'm just a little over 11,000 pounds. And when I had it pulled in, we were right at 1,200 pounds of tongue weight. So we're kind of right at that minimum of where you want to be for your 10%. With nothing on this trailer, I'm at almost 1,000 pounds of tongue weight. So you can see how heavy this trailer is. All right guys, I'm pretty happy with how that went. So we can get the tractor with just a grapple on it, no problem. I have just enough tongue weight. I don't really see a way I'm gonna be able to get the box blade in here unless I put the box blade all the way up front and then pull the tractor up and hang the grapple over the front, which I don't really want to do, and I don't think I would have a need to haul it that way. So, you know, most of what I'm going to need this dump trailer for is just moving brush or picking up logs. And logs you can always cut down to the size and weight that you need to match your tractor's capacity. So I don't really think that's going to be a big deal. Plus that Kubota, that L4060 with the loaded rear tires on it, that thing can handle a pretty good amount of weight without having to put any additional rear ballast on it. So the only time I've needed to do that so far is when I'm hauling my firewood totes around. But everything else, all the logs I've moved, everything else I've moved with it, I have not needed any additional rear ballast like the box blade on there. So pretty happy with how that went. All right, guys, that is going to wrap things up for today. Thanks for joining me. Any questions, comments, suggestions, please let me know. If you like the content, please subscribe, hit that like button, and I'll see you on the next one.